you know.
Well, so there's the condition of the car, which I'm sure we'll get more into in a bit, because obviously it just goes beyond cleaning the vehicle. But it's also the title.
Oh yeah.
I mean, cars that are run without title, especially in this new era of auctions, where it's, well, you got me 30 days to get the title. Well, a lot of times when I would run a car blue light, I'd have the title in 10 days.
Yep.
So why take 30 to get it to a buyer? Now, some dealers have different views on this than others. You know, they don't get paid until the title comes in. So why they drag their feet? I don't understand. But
yeah, I mean, that's just a disconnect in the dealership where it's, I think that, you know, the owner, the controller, whatever, is not coupled tightly enough with whoever's handling the wholesale cars, and so there's not really an incentive to get the title faster, and therefore there's not money back in the till faster. But I think if you talk to any owner, they'd say, you can get me my money faster, do that, like whatever that takes. You know, do we need another title clerk? Let's get another title clerk if it means I'm gonna, you know, get my cash back in faster when I send cars to auction.
Well, and historically speaking, if you know that you run a car, we'll say, you know, title absent, and you have 30 days, some states 45 days to get that title over, but you have it on average in 10. Why? There's just no in between currently available.
Right.
You know?
So no in between, but also just there's so much to talk about here.
Because as the buyer, you know, that scares me. Like, if I'm afraid to buy a car without the title there,
right.
First of all, I would prefer to just send as a seller, every title or every car to auction with a title, and that's it. Just
as a smart seller.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Because historically, you do get more money. They're ready to sell. You know, so the buyer gets it. They don't have to worry. Can I recon it? Can I not recon it?
Right.
Is this car going to get taken back from me in 40 days when they don't produce a title, and so on and so forth. So,
but you made a really good point there that you just kind of breezed over, which is cars are worth more money when the title is actually at time of sale, right? The problem is there's no confidence in that. So if you look at these online marketplaces, again, going back to, unfortunately, you know, it wasn't the intent, but we have made a lot of sellers very lazy to where they don't even know if they have a title or not. And so what they do is they just go, run them all blue light, right? Run them all title absent. And sometimes these online marketplaces, and it's online, physical, whatever, but like sometimes the marketplace is telling the dealers, run all your cars title absent, so that way we don't have any unwinds. Oh, okay, good idea. Yeah, I'll just run them all absent. Well, when you do that, you've basically devalued all your cars.
Everybody's cars, because now the title absent can't be trusted, or title present sometimes can't.
Yeah, and I hear these things on these forums, you know, on the Facebook groups. Like some of these dealers actually, they do trust the title absent stuff, and I'm here to tell you, like, don't trust it. Like, I know, and I'm not talking about one company over another. I know this is universally an issue. These sellers have no idea about their titles, generally, right? There's some that do, and so it's a shame because the ones that do that are actually being honest, if they're swimming in a pool of dealers who are generally dishonest or they're just aloof about what their title status is on a per car basis, everybody loses, right? If the majority of these cars are run title absent to go and create a buffer so that deals can't get unwound, it doesn't mean that the majority of these titles are actually going to take 30 days to come in. It just means, again, the seller's being kind of lazy. They're saying, well, whatever, give myself a buffer. Like, nice in theory, but you're costing yourself money and eroding the confidence of the marketplace.
And the problem is, though, the way that the current marketplaces are set up is these are not 2-day, 3-day buffers. They're month-long buffers.
Right.
So as a buyer, if I even have a buyer for the car, I have to expect that it's going to be 30 days, worst case scenario, even though I know that a lot of times I get a title in 8, or a lot of times I'll get it in 12.
Yeah.
And there's just no middle ground to feel confident.
Yeah, and there's no engagement from the seller to really lean in and say, oh, you know what? I have this title, or I think I have this title, or oh, it's a local credit union. I know I can walk in and get, I'll send somebody to walk in and walk out with a lien release. That's a quick resolution. And if you just take that lazy way approach, number one, you lose a lot of buyers. Like, there's a lot of buyers I know that won't bid on blue light cars because they've been burned in the past. But they actually believe that blue light means blue light. It really doesn't, unfortunately. It should mean that the seller really needs upwards of 2 to 4 weeks to get this title. It doesn't. In practical reality, it means that the seller doesn't know, or that the auction is advising that seller to simply just do this to create a buffer, and then you lose a lot of these buyers. And a lot of buyers would pay more. All you need is 2 buyers to have 3% more conviction, and they'll bid the car another $1,000 because they believe that the title's there.